Okay, so here is a little more information on the etymology of words, the science of words. So I want to share again um, the meaning and the way we actually should use the word religion. Okay, well, because the way people are using it today, it should not be used that way. The way in which people are using it today, it has nothing to do at all with the actual meaning of the word. Nothing. I mean, it's crazy, you know, and that causes a lot of problems. And we know, especially amongst so-called black people, so-called African Americans, right? You know, religion and this idea and stuff like that, you know, the church and stuff. This is a very sensitive thing. This is something that's ingrained, right, in our DNA. So this word religion is a very important word. I mean, hey. All right, so here, so what I want to do, I want to share this word religion again from its etymological, historical, actual meaning, but I want to maybe give a little, explain it from another angle, okay? And also add some more words to it, okay? Most of this stuff is coming from this dictionary. Okay, Webster's New World College Dictionary, 4th edition. All right. Okay, so here's the word religion right here. All right. Now, again, in etymology, right, and see our dictionaries. The dictionaries that were made, right? They were made with the idea and the method of etymology. Okay? Because again, think about it. This is history. Anything that was done prior to, right, is history. See? You know, when I started this video a couple of seconds ago, right, that's history. So this is written history. The history of words. Okay? So we should know how to use these books. And I'm not saying, you know, oh, English is this, no, because it's obviously I'm not saying that, right, about English, because etymology is dealing with all languages. Okay? So just because you see me reference a English dictionary doesn't mean like I'm saying, oh yeah, you know, our language is English, y'all, and we should be learning English specifically. No, I'm not about that. I'm about etymology of words. I'm about words, languages with an S. Okay. Yeah. So the way the dictionary is written, the way words are written in reference books, right? In word reference books. So you see these, you're gonna see these little brackets right here. These two little brackets right here. Where's the other one? So another one right there. Okay? So the etymology, right, or the true meaning of the word, the original meaning of the word, the literal meaning of the word, okay, it's going to be, you can find it right there. Okay? You're going to find it right there. Now also, I'm going to give you some more information. I'm going to explain, I'm going to argue again right, on why you should not put your focus on definitions. Okay, you know, in thinking that that's where the truth is at. You know, okay. So yeah, so here the etymology is going to be right within those little brackets. See those little yellow, right? Now the word religion, it actually means, and it's referring to some type of commitment, okay, a bond, okay, a bond, a tying together. See, where's the word tie? Got tie. What is that? I know it's here. Tie. It's okay. Yeah, well, it's here somewhere. But anyway, this see, yeah. So it's a bonding. It's a binding. It's a an oath that you take. Okay. Now here's the thing. Different dictionaries, right, and different reference books, they give you more information. Okay, so you see, I showed you already, right? I showed you already that this piece of information right here is coming from this dictionary, right? Okay, but here you have the Oxford's Dictionary of English Etymology. Okay, now this is just straight up etymology. There are no long definitions. There's no definitions in here. Okay, it's just giving you there's a history on the word. It doesn't give you no definitions. Okay, because why doesn't it do that? Because this is etymology. And etymology means, the root of etymology is etymon, meaning true. The actual meaning of the word. So it wouldn't give you any definitions, and it shouldn't give you any definitions, right? Because definitions are pieces, fractions, and parts of the truth. See? So, right? It's not going to give, it shouldn't give you any definitions, right? So yeah, so I'm showing you this dictionary here, the Oxford's one, because, okay, so here, so in here, and this, this is here on the screen. Well, I snapshotted from my, I took a snapshot from the book, okay? So again, so you can see it gives you a little more information, okay? See, in this other dictionary, you didn't see words like, oath and taking an oath and stuff like that. Yeah. What is that? Yeah, so that's what it is. See, now, right? So religion, it actually, it's a process this is what I forgot right here. It's a state of life. It's a state of life. That's what I forgot to mark that. It's a state of life. Right here. See? So it's a state of life, meaning, right, that it's a way of living. It's the way that, you choose to live. Okay? Okay, so, and you can see that this was referring to back in the day with the monks. right? The monks, right? See the word monk right there, the monks, right? Right? They took oaths. They took oaths, right? They gave their word, right? They gave their bond. They said, this is where the idea comes, the saying comes from, right? My word is my bond, and my bond is my life. See, my life, my state of living, right? The way in which I'm living. See, the monks have rules. They have conditions that they live under. Okay, but understand, this word is not just referring to monks. This word religion is referring to a bond, a commitment, dedication, your obligations to the way you live. Okay, so whatever thing you are committed to, whatever life, you could be a mom, right, and your children. You have children, right, and your children could be your religion. See? And we heard things like this before, right? Like money is some people's religion, right? We heard people say sex is people's religion because it's a state of life. It's a way in which you're living. But you're dedicated to. You're saying that's just what they do. I'm saying, you ain't got to ask them, right? Twice. That's what they do. That's what they do. See? And you can see, right, as I'm explaining this, right, you can see how it's a total different idea and meaning from what you've been told religion is. See? It's something totally different. And if you see that, you can see the danger in using this word in that way. This is not the word. Religion is not the word. When you say, referring to like mostly right, Christianity, right, and you put the word religion to it. But understand what you're describing. Why do you take Christianity as a negative? Because of what goes on, right? It's what it's doing, right? It's people are killing each other over this thing. This thing is causing lies. You see, people are stealing from other people. It's just corrupt. It's corruption. So if you look at what you're talking about, when you say, right, but you're misusing the word religion. When you say Christianity, religion is bad, right? You're talking about Christianity, Islam, or Buddhism, whatever it is. You're talking about those things, right? So you got to go in and look at, well, what are the conditions that I'm talking about? Is this word religion the proper word that I'm describing here? Okay. Now, when you go like I'm showing you here and research your religion, you see that, hey, this is the wrong word. So this is the, see? And you can't do that. Because this word religion has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Okay? The proper word that you're looking for is dogma. Dogma. Dogmatic. See? This is the word you're looking for. See? Because when you say, when you go into the negative about these things that you falsely labeling as religion, you're talking about the way they conduct themselves. These doctrines, because they're doctrines, right? They're a body of doctrines, right? States of authority, proclaiming by the church. See, the church. You're talking about the church. The church, now the church is not the building. The church are the people that establish and put out these doctrines, these codes, these what's the did I get rid of it? Dogma. There's another word, another term that I was talking about with dogma. I think I got rid of it. Here. Yeah. But you're talking about the church, the authority of, and you're talking about the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church is the one that established all these things. It doesn't matter what denomination you call yourself. If you call yourself a Baptist, a Methodist, it all comes out of the Catholic Church. Okay, these are the people. The church are not the members, the people that get up in the morning on Sundays and go get dressed and go into the building. That is not the people of the church that this is talking about. This is talking about, because you can see it here, authority. Okay, so if you just a common church goer and you get up in the morning, go. No, this is not talking about you. That the church are the people that establish these rules and regulations. These we're talking about the people that are in authority, and this is the Catholic Church. Okay. Yeah. So now. You look up these words. You study these words. What are doctrines? See, indoctrinations, doctrines, documents, writings. Stuff like that. See, this is the word. Okay, you have to stop using the word religion in this way, because it has nothing to do with what you're talking about. And now check this out. Can you see the benefit in using this word? Can you see the benefit in correcting the word that you're using? This is more beneficial. This is powerful. Imagine now, right? You replace the word religion when you start talking about the negativities of the church, and you begin to realize that you're talking about dogma. Well, when you realize you're talking about a branch of theologic that seems to interpret the doctrines, the dogmas of a religious faith. See how they throw the word religion in there? See, it has nothing to do with that. See, it's just crazy. This is what Now, if they're using that word religious as saying the discipline, right, or the commitment, so the bonds that the dedications of faith, then I can see. And again, dogmatic theology. See, dogmatic theology. See. Now, what you do is, right? You go into a little further, and you get some other dictionaries and you look more into the word dogmatic. See, dogmatic. See. Anyway. Can you see the benefit? And using it this way. Because it's telling you, it's showing you. Because what it does, it directs you to the problem. See, when you start to use the word dogma, right, and not religion, it directs you to where the problems are coming from. it gives it helps you to see and explain better, right, what's really going on, because you're talking about, right, some written document. So you're talking about, where's my Bibles? You're talking about a book, right? Doctrine, documents that were written by people. And who are those people? The Roman Catholic Church, the Italians. Italians. You know, wow. This is powerful. Anyway, so what else I want to show you? I had another from this dictionary here. Overtone. I want to speak. Where's over? Why do I want to go there? Right, here it is here. Oh, this is what I want to explain. See this here? Definition 1 that I have outlined here in black. This is a connotation. Okay? They have it here, right, as a definition. But this is a connotation. Okay? But it is a definition too. Because remember now, a definition, it's a part of something. Okay? It's a part. That's the definition mean. It comes from the word define, right? To a piece. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming from a piece of the truth. It could be a piece of a lie. Okay? But definition just means a piece, a part. Okay? That's why, again, they break it up in parts. Definition 1, definition 2, definition 3, definition 4. Okay? But this is a connotative definition. Okay? This is a connotative definition. Okay? That was it was developed in, I think, 16th century. Where is it at? 16th century. I think I have it here already, right? Did I put it here already? Oh yeah. So this, where's it at? Right, so this here in black, definition 1, right? This is a connotation. This is added. What is a connotation? A connotation, they're telling you, a connotation, right, is something added on to the original true meaning of a word. Okay? In addition, right, to the explicit or denoted meaning. Okay? So they telling you, see, that they added it to the actual meaning. So understand, when you see definition 1, let me do it right there. See definition 1 right there, and 2, 3, and 4, stuff like that. When you see these, right, these are, if they don't agree, right, with the true meaning of word, which are in the brackets right here, in the yellow. See these little yellow? If they're not within this right here, then they are connotations. Okay? They are stuff that people added on, okay, to deceive you. Now, how do we know that? Okay? A connote, right? See, they're telling you to, see? So what they're doing, okay, so key word in connotation, right, is overtones. Okay, so overtones. See? See there? They're doing it. These connotations are designed to alter, you know, implicit meaning or quality. They're designed to change the flavor. You know what I'm saying? To change the way it's used, the angle of it. It's kind of, they put a little thing in there to throw you off. See? The tone. They change the tone. See? It's, yeah. So they're telling you. See? Hey, make sure my head ain't up. See that?
A subtle or elusive quality or implication, sinister overtones.
See, I like that word, subtle. See, if you don't know how to read this stuff, right, it can deceive you. It's very subtle. You know, they nudge it out. They nudge you away from the truth a little bit by adding these things. Like I said before, like people run around talking about the word native means a person born in bondage. Now that's a connotation, but you can read that when you go like to one of those website etymology dictionaries. You'll see that there. It says, yeah, a person born in bondage. But see, that is a connotation. That was something added on later. Now, this is also what I want to show you. See, these dictionaries, right, some dictionaries, like the Webster's Ninth New College Dictionary. Webster's Ninth New College Dictionary. All right, this one and like the etymology one I have here, the Oxford Dictionary of English Etymology, they give you dates. Okay, they give you dates. They tell you when they put these connotations in, when they add these things on. Okay, they tell you these things. See, so within the so where's that one at? Because again, this word religion, right? What happened? Did I do something wrong? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so again, this word religion, right? It's referring to some type of commitment, dedication, obligation, right? It's a bond. See, it's a bond. See, it's a vow. It's a vow. It's a promise. So you promise. You gave your word that you were going to behave in this way. You're going to keep this particular thing. You're going to do this thing. You're going to, you promise. It's a bond. You're saying, hey, I'm fixed here. I'm tied in. I'm tied into this thing. I'm tied up in it. I'm saying this is my life, a bond, right? Is your state of life. See, and all throughout, right? When you understand that this is the truth, religion, it means a bond, an oath, a vow, obligation, right? And when you see that, and then when you see stuff like talking about some Bible and God and faith and stuff, you should automatically key in, oh, those are connotations. See, those are connotations. Those are things that they added on later on. I'm saying, to deceive people, to get your mind into these doctrines, into these ways of life that they pushed on people. I'm saying, yeah. I'm saying, you believe in Jesus, you be Christian. If you don't, they kill you. We're gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They brought their Bibles to the Americas. I'm saying, they killed the Christian dogmatic teaching, the Christian dogmas. They killed thousands of people over there in Europe before they came to the Americas. And you gotta think about that. Damn. I mean, if this thing was so good, wow, why did so many people reject it? Because see, what's more important, what's really more important, it's not that they killed all these people. What's more important was the reason why they killed them. And the reason why they killed all the people is because the people were not stupid. The people were saying, no, that's some bullshit. That's some nonsense. What you mean? I'm saying, a woman gonna have a baby ain't no man. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? A virgin? How's she a virgin? I'm saying, this shit ain't real. Ain't no woman gonna have no babies without getting some Mr. Goodbar. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work that way. What you mean? Imagine that shit. You telling people, oh, some angel got her pregnant. Come on now. Lock him up. That nigga crazy. What you mean? No. It don't work that way. So, this is why they killed all those people. The Christian Crusades. The Christian Crusades. They was on the crusade, crucifying people. Oh, put a gun to his head. Jesus or else. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did. That's what it's all about. The crusade. Crucify. You gonna accept these doctrines, or we gonna kill you? And look what they did. So all those people that killed, the thousands, these are the people that said that these are the smart people. These are the people that were thinkers, critical thinkers. See, this is why we got to burn all these books. So they went around systematically looking for all the people that can think. They wiped them out. They wiped their kids out. See, because listen, they wiped the adults out, and the kids that were there. You know what I'm saying? If they were like, 6 or 7, whatever, that means that they were being taught. So they couldn't keep those kids alive. They killed them. See, these things like this, and check this out. This is not something that I'm making up. Okay, this is in the books. This is in the history books. But see, you might have not read it or went by it because you wasn't thinking like this. You wasn't thinking like this. Because they didn't just kill the men and the women that refused to take their dogmatic teaching. that the people that refuse to take their philosophies or whatever they call them, they kill everybody. That even the kids. You can't keep no 7-year-old child around, right? Because he just saw you kill his parents, and I'm saying he was being taught. I'm saying so he's gonna grow up, see, and he's gonna be powerful because he's gonna know. Hey, wait a second, he's gonna know you don't want that, so they killed these kids. And like I said, you go back and read the history book. You'll see it there. So you'll see it there. So yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah. So they give dates next to these connotations. Okay. So they tell you when they added on these different ideas, right? Remember, a connotation is an idea, someone's opinion, someone else's 2 cents. See? Cardinal. Let's look at some. See, here's some synonyms and see. So it's people's ideas, their opinions, their political opinions. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I didn't really want to go this long in this video. I was trying to keep it. I wanted to keep it shorter, but damn, I just never. Anyway, so let's see what else is there. So what is it? So here you see also the word. You see also the word here, denotation. So denotation is the opposite. Denotation is the opposite of connotation. So you see denoted, denotation, right? The act of denoting, right? The direct explicit meaning. The direct explicit meaning or reference of a word or term. Okay? So this is a denotation, right? It's just like the true meaning. Okay? The true meaning. Okay? It's the direct true meaning. Explicit, right? Meaning plain, simple. Just right there in your face, right? A reference of a word or phrase. So that's right there in your face. So they're telling you, when you go look up the etymology or the true meaning of a word, it's right there. See? They tell you to bond. To bind back. See? And we know also bind, bond. See? See, bond. Okay, just because sometimes I know people they don't they're not familiar with words, and they see bind, like shackles, tying someone up. Okay, but when you see bond, see, it gives you a whole different, idea. See? And then what you do, right? You go and get other words. You go into your thesaurus, see the word bond, right? And see it gives you other. See, and then you you pick out some of these words and you study the etymology a little further. Right? The more you pick out words and you study the etymology of those words, it gives you more clear information. It gives you more. Okay, it gives you a little more.
Oblige.
Oblige. Bind. Bond. See? So,
Bond.
see? So, bind, right? Bind, right? You're bound to something. Bound meaning this is what you gonna do. This is what you about. Bind. So you got bind, bound, commitment, dedicated, dedication, obligation, but yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to share this with you guys again, So this is just off the top of my head. I just pulled this out of I had these pictures in my archives. I said let me pull out a picture of religion and this and that. Let me just give a quick talk on it. Sometimes because I think it's better. It's the human. It's just human. It's a human thing, just to talk on something. Like if I was giving a lecture somewhere, whatever, and it depends. I would probably have some notes with some bullet points, whatever, so I can stay on point. But I never stay on point because that's not human with me. I just got to talk with my mouth. See, I know these things. So I just like to articulate. I just like to speak on it. I can take these things and go in so many ways, but I'm not gonna. It's not my way to Because like I can sit here and read all this, right? But it's not my way. It's gonna stop my brain can't do that. I'm like, my brain can't do that. My brain is like, I gotta just talk about it, explain it, give some mental imageries, just to talk about it. Because it's right here for people on the screen anyway. I might read a little bit here and there, but it's right here. So you talk about these things, you share it, you do it like that. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to share again on the word religion. All right, but yeah, remember, stop using this word, to describe, the negativities of the church and Christianity or whatever you into. That's not the word. This is not the word you're looking for. It's dogma. You're talking about talking about dogmatic teachings. You're talking about dogmatic teachings, right? So it's important, right? Because imagine that if you start talking about or using the word dogma, right? And you see, okay, dogma. We're talking about documents, right? What do they call that? The creeds. That's another word for the creeds. The Catholic creeds. Wow. I had that word here somewhere. So I forget where I had it at, but in one of my dictionaries under the word dogma, it said creed. And I was looking for that because that's important, because in the Catholic Church, right, their dogmatic teachings are based on a lot of creeds. They have a lot of creeds. So yeah. So this is the word you're looking for. Dogma. Dogmatic teachings. Alright, so let me go. Alright, so again, as always, right? This is our true history, language, and culture.